He was worth $180 billion. He ruled the future and controlled your world. Then one day, he boarded his jet and vanished into fire. But the story didn't end with his death. It began there. Here we uncover the hidden truths behind everyday things in a new, interesting way. If you love these kind of insights, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The Shadow Whispers. This is the story of Alexander Cross, the man who built the digital empire that runs your life, and then burned his own identity to the ground. He didn't die in a plane crash. He planned it. He left behind his money, his power, and his name, not to escape enemies, but to escape himself. And the secret he left behind is more dangerous than anything he ever created. Alexander Cross was not born rich. He grew up in Detroit, in a cramped apartment with a single mother who cleaned offices at night. At 13, he built his first Chabot. 19, he dropped out of MIT and launched a company that no investor believed in, Neuramind. 10 years later, Neuramind was running government surveillance systems, AI assistants, in 2 billion smartphones, predictive criminal analysis software. Alexander became the godfather of machine learning. Every decision you made was being predicted by his algorithms. By 2021, Alexander Cross was a name presidents whispered about. He had more data than the NSA, more power than some nations. But with power came enemies, threats, pressure, isolation. Alexander once said to his therapist, "I built machines to free people, and became a prisoner of them myself." He couldn't go anywhere without bodyguards. He trusted no one. He slept in a room without Wi-Fi, surrounded by encrypted firewalls, and slowly, he began to vanish from public life. Until he made a final decision. April 9, 2022. Alexander boards his private jet in the Caribbean. Destination Zurich. 45 minutes after takeoff, the jet crashes into the ocean. No survivors. The wreckage burns. Media goes wild. Tech billionaire Alexander Cross killed in plane crash. DNA from the body confirms it's him. The company holds a public memorial. Billions mourn the genius who changed the world. But there's one problem. He was never on that plane. 6 months later, an anonymous journalist receives a flash drive. Inside it, a recorded contract, signed by Alexander himself. He paid a man named Elijah Roth, a former actor, $45 million to become him. Plastic surgery, voice coaching, mannerism, training. Elijah became the perfect double. He died in the plane. Alexander, he left by sea, with no phone, no ID, and no trace. 3 years later, a research team searching for medicinal plants in the Congo jungle finds a lone hut. Inside, a mysterious man, bearded, quiet, fluent in 6 languages. No electricity, no tech, but stacked on his table books on neuroscience, AI, and spiritual consciousness. One researcher notices something strange, a scar behind his ear, the same as Alexander's from his neural implant surgery. She quietly asks, "Are you Alexander Cross?" He looks up, smiles faintly, and says, "If I were, you'd never see me again." The next morning, the man is gone. Weeks later, hacker group Data Ghost leaks internal neuraminidase files. One file shakes the internet. It was Alexander's ultimate plan to digitize human consciousness, to transfer a human soul into a machine. A line from his private note reads, "If I want to control everything, I must become nothing. Not a man, not a CEO, not even alive, just a code spread across systems, silently watching, learning, living, forever." He walked away from billions, from power, from immortality in headlines. But maybe that was the real immortality he wanted. He didn't want fame. He wanted freedom. Not to be remembered, but to disappear completely. And maybe, just maybe, he never left at all. Maybe he's in your phone, in your thoughts, in the machine that powers your world. Alexander Cross isn't dead. He's everywhere.